The time in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is 3 minutes after 8 o'clock. You listen to We FM. We are located at Windy Point, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And it's Tuesday. Tuesday, whenever you hear Tuesday, you hear my voice, is the feedback program, which is sponsored by Basil's Bar. I'm good to know that you are awaiting the commencement of this program. My name is Kingsley. We're going to take care of you until 5 minutes on to 10 o'clock. Anything you want to talk about? I have lots of things I want to talk about. The first thing I want to say, over the last few days, the airport been quite busy. And regardless of how you see Dr. Gonsalve, Glen Beach, the former Minister of Tourism, Carlos James, they did put in the work to make the Argyle International Airport a success. I felt so good really that I saw 5 international flights at the airport. And here will jump in your mind. You make plenty money? No, you can't make plenty money. So if you have five coming one behind the other, it is very impossible for you to get at least 2 jobs. But it was really nice to see Delta Airlines came in on the 20th and they present their slate and the schedule. They came 22. And while we are in office, regardless of which office, Ralph Gonsalve told us that being a citizen is the highest office, and I couldn't agree with him more. When I looked at all the parliamentarians who came to the airport to visit the flights and his first time coming there, and I saw Dr. Friday cutting the ribbon for the approach in the flight there. What came to my mind? If and how he felt when he have to come and present his presentation as Prime Minister, and we had the Minister of Tourism, Keishon Shallow there. And I can remember Dr. Lorraine Friday, when he stood in opposition, said he's going to write ECA to inform them that the airport is not quite ready for international operation. But the airport became operation on the 14th of February 2017. Up to now, it is still going. It had a little hiccup a couple of weeks ago with the issue of the repairs, and the repairs is complete, and it seems as though the persons who work on the repair did an excellent job. And Dr. Friday had to cut the ribbon to welcome the flight that came in on the 20th. And my mind take me back, why do we say things in certain office just for opposing sake? Dr. Gonsalve did that when he was opposition. Friday did it. And I point the reason when he spoke about the issue of the airport. And he became Prime Minister in the last election. And he was at the airport welcoming Delta to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And let me tell you something. I felt so good because you know what I normally do? I normally do that every time of international flight come. I remind people out there that I'm thanking God for Ralph Gonsalve, because Ralph Gonsalve is single-handedly responsible for putting together the thoughts of the airport and the construction. So James said he has the money in the body packet. Up now we can't find it. And I used just one show online by Jerry George. He said, find it where? At the end of the project. Yes, the international airport have challenges. We need to see a little bit more done with the security aspect. But the point is, the airport is here. Sanders is here. Lots of people are being employed. New airlines keep coming. So that thought of people saying Dr. Gonsalve didn't do anything, them have to be a foolish people to say that. Hello, if you see the atmosphere on the 20th when the flight came. Even yesterday, we had at least 4 international flights. They came one behind the other. And it was such a nice picture, a colorful picture to look at, that the airport is being supplying these services that we expect. And it could only get better according to Dr. Kishon Shallow. He said the tourism product could only get better. He said the airport could only get better in delivering services, and the airport will continue to make an impact on the development of St. Vincent and Grenadines. So I must come here and avoid saying that Ralph Gonsalves should take the full responsibility of airport development and mainland. I would love to be alive when well, I don't know if he's the deputy prime minister, but on our constitution they say he is. I would love to see sometime in the not too distant future that St. Clair make a presentation to have the airport name Dr. Ralph Gonsalves International Airport. He did enough. Hello, if you come to the airport tomorrow is Friday, right? Tomorrow is Wednesday. Well, hello, the first flight comes at 8. And after that, it's just flight coming. And all that is because Ralph Gonsalves made a promise, went out and sourced funds in a creative way, and the airport is bearing fruits on the development of St. Vincent again. Because let me tell you something. If we didn't have the construction at the airport, we would not have attracted the businesses from Sandals Resort. Yes, I will tell you the truth, sometimes when American flight comes in, I don't get any jobs. But the country is benefiting because what Sandals put things in place to transport their own people, so I hardly get a job going to Sandals Hotel. But I can't look at in that way. I have to think about it being a bigger picture. And what we've seen taking place with the arrival, we have to remind ourselves to remember that Dr. Gonsalves, Glenn Beach, who once stood as Minister of Tourism and then came and served St. Vincent as Director of Tourism, and now the former sitting Senator Carla Dream, who did serve as Minister of Tourism, and now we have Kishon Shallow. Our country is going to benefit tremendously with this investment. And we have to program our minds. Take the resentment out of your thoughts for Ralph Gonsalves and remind yourself when he conceived the plan to build an airport, it was a good plan, and St. Vincent and Grenadines will continue to benefit once Kishon Shallow and Dr. Lorraine Friday maintain a promise that they will continue to build. And what is they met there, we will see this tourism product take off big time. And so, I'm going to tell you something, right? When the flight came, lots of people out there, but I had to make a presentation out there. I just put together a placard and walk all over the airport so people could see that I am thanking God for the services which was presented to St. Vincent by Ralph Gonsalves for this airport. So if you hear they say, a man of the airport saying thank God for Ralph Gonsalves when a flight land, that is me, okay? Because I think he deserves commendation for the effort that we see. Hello, I don't know when last you passed there. I went to the airport yesterday morning. I didn't walk to because of a mechanical problem. I checked 45 small planes. And when I say small, I mean small in true sense of the word small. But they were jets taking people to Mustique and Canawan. They came to the Aga International Airport, used SVGA and Mustique Airways, because Mustique trying to avoid the noise pollution with the high-paying guests. If you see the amount of aircraft and you think you see plenty, wait until next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, always New Year's Eve. Lots of people come and go to the Grenades, and we are experiencing that development in our tourism because of the effort which was made by Ralph Gonsalves. So I am not going to stop song the praises, not worshiping him, but we have to give credit where credit is due. Just like how the NDP people giving Dr. Friday credit for the VAT-free day, which I think was a good incentive. I think people use it wisely. People demonstrate that they could spend their money wisely and they want to get some. So it's a good thing. And I know if you're thinking from a business standpoint, yes, the government has lost a lot of resources coming to the coffers of the central government. But that's not what it's all about. It's providing service and services to the people in the Grenades. And I think that they did adjust themselves to it. And I listened to Prime Minister Friday this morning suggesting elsewhere that the bonus and another salary will come sometime in the not too distant future. So let's hope that comes. And I noticed today we had the fourth sitting of the 13th Parliament where we had a new speaker. I know of her. I was introduced to her by her husband, Binky Balcom, and I heard her several times in the magistrate court arguing case for her client, and I was impressed. So I used to sometimes go to court just to hear how she's making her presentation. And if I support her choice as Speaker of the House, yes, I'm expecting nothing more than the best from the new Speaker of the House. And I also noticed that we have a new press secretary. Yeah, Daniel Vera. Well, I met Daniel Vera on the radio. It's very booming. And I think she should do a good job. And she, if you don't know, she did do a lot of work behind the scene. So she's now Dr. Friday's press secretary. And I think that she will fulfill the government plans and policies as press secretary, so I'm supporting her. I'm wondering if the authorities is concentrated on making a change for the person who sits for other serenorial position. And I noticed that the Honorable Suzanne Dean Duggan is Governor General. I have a friend who used to be a police officer, and he said to me he would love to see she carry on for about a year. But we will see if they have any intention of making a new speaker, a new governor. I hope it's not Father Jones. Never you will hear me support the issue. So if the NDP is thinking about bringing a new governor and it's Father Jones, I'll leave you right where he there. Leave you right where he there. Okay? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. You could remember who was the new senators sworn today? I can't really say that I know them at face value. I can't say that I know them if I see them in the road, but I guess the persons who are now sitting there and the deputy speaker. Well, my choice for speaker would have been Zita Banuel, right? Because the NDP did show some interest while they were in opposition when they nominated her to be the speaker. But now they have 14-1. They didn't go back to the former senator as for speaker. I asked myself, I wonder why they didn't do that. Some people did say Vinnie Fredericks and Kebakas Batiste. No way I was going to support that. But this new speaker, I'm expecting nothing but the best from her, and I think that she will do St. Vincent and the Grenadines proud. Because I don't know that I am in love with Jomo Thomas, and I think that Jomo Thomas, the record show, why they make a boo-boo of himself with the vote of no confidence. When he stood as speaker, he did a relatively good job. Rachel Ford, Rochelle Ford, or whatever her name is, no disrespect to you, madam, thought that your stint was quite interested. And I used to enjoy your deliberation alongside Major Sinkelaga, who is now Deputy Prime Minister. And at several times, you give me the impression that you had a lot of confidence in Daniel Cummins and he won't disappoint. So I think that she did a relatively good job. And you could give yourself a round of applause and say, job well done, Rachel Ford. But you know that if I have to speak about a speaker that did excellent, it would have been Jomo Thomas, in my opinion. Some people say it would have been the gentleman who used to be, he's a preacher, yeah, but Jomo was the best up until his time. Rachel Ford has a pass back. I'm expecting nothing more than the best from the newly appointed speaker. And let me tell you something, you know. She have a work cut out for her. You notice what happened? Ralph Gonsalves is going to be leader of the opposition. He surrounded himself with 2 lawyers. And if you think because you didn't see them today, expect them to come to Parliament, especially when the House is going to have his presentation of his budget, 2026, 2027. You know, whatever will be put forward by Dr. Friday and Fitzbramlow and the other persons, Ralph Gonsalves is going to find ways to be very critical of their presentation from a financial standpoint. And that is why I tell you, whenever the Parliament convenes for the budget, find time to listen because it will be interesting. Dr. Gonsalves understands the House rule. He knows how to apply them. He knows when and how he should use the point of order. So I'm expecting a bit of crossfire between Dr. Gonsalves, Sinkelaga, and Daniel Cummins, because those are the more articulate when it comes to the rules and things like that. I mean, Friday has shown tremendous improvement, but he's not a Ralph Gonsalves who is very fluent. So sometimes he comes over like, let me use Suboto Caesar, a pure politician, but that's not necessarily true because Suboto Caesar say Israel Bruce is a pure lawyer, but the pure lawyer BT. It's really amazing how we just use some words that we have to be very mindful what we say, how we say it, and where we say it, because it come back and haunt you or bite you in the behind, eh? And you have to remember that, because it have an old saying, say, how the monkey go? I'm on you don't see. Yeah, but I can't use this figurative speech and really, but I could understand that. So I don't know if you want to comment on anything I said so far. 4579997. I see a lot of people already up there. We have one up there, so let's go.
Yeah, let me give you one up here. Someone writes, if they're preaching togetherness, it should have been. I'm gonna skip some things here. Should have been Carlos cutting that ribbon.
Carlos, James.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. That is why I say, Kamal, we play tick for tack with too much of politics, because, hey, I'm really glad to see that the hospital is being constructed still, and it will, if we hold these persons to their word, they will complete the hospital. And I would love to see Dr. Friday go beyond the politics, and when it is set to open, invite Dr. Ralph Gonsalves or the former Minister of Health, because it's under their stewardship. It's that. And I agree with the person that we have to lift our game, because there's no doubt in my mind that the airport and the tourism product is going to make an impact on the state of the economy. And you have to remember that they are the one who is responsible for taking it where it is. You know, I see the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and he used to be a diplomat head and everywhere, and he should have some experience. And I heard him saying that persons who will be appointed to overseas mission will be suitably qualified for their jobs. I hope that is true. Let me say good evening to Cleve Lewis. Good evening, Cleve Lewis, okay? Yeah, I can read between. Read what I want to read between that. Yeah, but we have a lady by the name of Rhonda King. Wow. I'm just hoping that Dr. Friday and his wisdom will come to his thought and say, see that individual, leave she right where she is. You see the former secretary for the NDP, now permanent secretary for Brad Gonsalves, but it was Prime Minister Andrew. I'm hoping that we will demonstrate some maturity and let these people continue to do what they did with respect and tranquility and impartiality. Not everything that Dr. Gonsalves did when he was in opposition, I agree, because that when Dr. Gonsalves recommend the removal of Toby and the removal of Jennifer Eustace and the removal of Cynthia Lake from Vinlek, that didn't go down too nice to me. But it have other people. Because I have two persons in my mind, I'm not gonna call their names, but one working in the Ministry of Tourism, and let me say good evening to Hans King. I hope you're listening, Hans King, that when the time come, they will not trouble those persons because they are affiliated to former Press Secretary or former mouthpiece for the ULP. Okay? I think that those persons are professional. And I am hoping that the authorities wouldn't be pressured by narrow-minded NDP supposed to remove people who are doing a good job in the medical aspect of St. Vincent again, all because their husband may have been a politician and a mouthpiece for the ULP. We have to rise above that and demonstrate that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is for everybody. Once they do their job with impartiality and respect for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we should allow them to do their job. Let me say good evening to my sisters, Anne-Marie and Valerie, Colleen Walker, and Claudia in Barbados, and all my nieces and nephews. Hope you guys are listening, and we really appreciate you in our Facebook audience. Glad to know that you take time off to be with us right here on WFM. And if I sound a little different, I am not 100%, but I'm there, okay? I'm getting there, and it will take some time for me to get right back where I was. I probably will never get back there. And I tell you, I drive people from all sorts of life every day. And somebody says something excites you up here. And let me tell you what they say.
No, they're just back and forth with the whole issue of a political party winning or / losing, and the other side inviting the others. Let's let this one. The person says, if Dr. Friday was the if it was Dr. Friday was the prime minister and he was voted out of office, right, by the people, but that airport was built by them, you think Carlos would say invite him so he would cut the ribbon?
In hindsight, I don't think that the ULP in the past has shown any respect for the development.
But is it something that you normally see in countries where they would invite persons from the opposite side who would have commenced a project or completed a project?
But it's unfair that because it prevents the process of our development. Because, for instance, the new port in Kingston, that was purely encouraged by the ULP. Do you think you hear anybody from the NDP saying that was a good project? It is a good project. It might not bear fruit now, but down the road, you will see the benefit of that. Just like the international airport, the no income, low income houses, the education revolution, and things that benefiting people in Simbis and the Grannies, whether it was put together by Ralph Gonsalves / the ULP, now continue under Dr. Friday. You have some blind supporters will say, no, don't encourage them, don't invite them. Right, Anta? Blind supporters. Yeah. And I want you to rise above that and deal with the mature level of our development. And Dr. Friday promised us, and we hope that he will demonstrate that he has what it takes to make sure that this country come first. He has a 14-1 mandate. That's plenty, and 4 senators. When he presented the budget 26-27, he expected to hear the eyes have it. But let me tell you something. Ralph Gonsalves is going to put up a good argument when it comes to the budget presentation 2026-2027 by Dr. Friday and probably Fitzpatrick, who is an economist by profession. But it doesn't mean that the budget will be tabled by the Minister of Finance. It could be somebody else who's going to do it. But he could use the experience of Fitzpatrick and Leacock. I always cite himself as an economist too, so we will see how it goes. Then we saw in recent time that the political party has filed 2 petitions in court against Dr. Friday and Fitzgerald Bramble. We will see how that will go. If it go to court and the court rule that the petition has ground to stand on, the other parties will appeal, and that process will take over 5 years, and then that's how it goes. But I just hope that we don't have to go on the road. Somebody's asking, what's my thought on Dr. Gonsalves not being in Parliament? Dr. Gonsalves, I think he's out of the state. Senator Peters is out of the state, and Carlos James out of the state. Somebody say, how convenient that 3 of them are out of the state at one time. But they have time. The agenda for this Parliament sitting was just to get the confirmation of the nominees and persons who has position. But we will see where they will go when the next sitting of Parliament will come. NDP used to use one method to bring the estimate / budget. Dr. Gonsalves came and changed that. So we will probably see a presentation of the estimate, and then we will probably see a presentation of the budget from the new Prime Minister. Well, he was in Parliament for quite some time, so I hope he used that experience and demonstrates where he did learn a thing or two from Ralph Gonsalves as leader. Let me remind Vincent Shen, while we speaking about the issue and the importance of the Speaker of the House of Assembly is an important function. While Dr. Friday is the leader of government business in Parliament, the Speaker is the one have to use the House rule and let the opposition and government know that I am the Speaker and I use the House rules to determine where you're going and how you're responding, okay? The Speaker has a big responsibility, and there's no doubt in my mind that she would adjust to that quite nicely and make sure, demonstrate that she could understand and use the House rules wisely, and we will see where she go from there. Because let me tell you something, like I said earlier, don't expect a walk in the park from Dr. Friday. Don't expect a walk up in the park from Ralph Gonsalves as leader alongside Senator Peters and Carlos James. You might not like Carlos James because you have a chip on his shoulder and you think he's high and mighty, but you have to understand that his ability must be noted. And then we will see how they present themselves when the time is right. Well, I look at the senators, and if I do some comparison, I'm expecting a little bit fiery work from the PRO, from a PRO. I'm expecting, well, Neptune. I don't know much about Neptune. And the other two senators, I actually don't know them. If I see them in the road, I will pass straight. So I still have to make an assessment from what I observe them and if they could make an impact. But I guess they will. But is if I will be satisfied with their presentation when the time is due. So 4579997 532-9997. You can call and share your views on the issue of Delta Airlines coming here, where Dr. Friday was at the airport as Prime Minister and Kishan Shah as Minister of Tourism, making favorable comments about the airport and its construction. You could comment on the just concluded Parliament, where we have a new speaker. Those persons who supporting Europe, you might have said we should not have. We have a caller. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Kizzy.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, man. I'm listening, and I don't know. Dr. Gonsalves came up with the two senators, Carlos James and Kizell Peters, because seeing that Carlos was a minister of government again and then come back as a senator, I thought Ralph Gonsalves would have bring fresh blood and look to bring two senators to build a party, because Dr. Gonsalves is 79 and he had to think about somebody who could lead the party after him.
So you don't,
I don't understand.
So you don't think that Carlos James have the ability to move the transition towards him?
No. Carlos James just, as you mentioned before, Carlos James just have a chip on the shoulder. I don't think Carlos James.
Me and they recognize that too?
Yeah. I look at Carlos' behavior during the election down there, and I knew that he would have lost the election. I know that. I don't know why Dr. Gonsalves bring back Carlos. Likat don't not deal with Carlos in the house. You understand? I don't know why you bring back Carlos. It don't make sense. Carlos was a senator before, then he become a minister, then back to senator again. I don't know. Something is wrong.
Well,
something is wrong. Maybe
that demonstrates the man has some ability, because he came as a senator, stick around and became a member of parliament through the electoral process, and now he's senator. So
I believe others didn't want it. I believe that others didn't want that senator post again.
So when we ask something, you think that we should have considered Kamala Gonsalves?
For somebody for debate, yes.
Well, from a debating standpoint, I think I agree with you that he has some ability and he understands the function of government. And as a former minister of finance, he will do a good job. But Ralph Gonsalves probably met with some resistance from other people who thought that Kamala have lost his way because he didn't keep in touch with the people and they voted him out of office. We used to imagine Sobota is taking over from Ralph Gonsalves, but Sobota has also dropped the ball. So I don't know what consideration Gonsalves gave.
When 2015, when the people were calling for Sobota, Ralph Gonsalves ignored the people because he thought that once the people don't say Camelo, he rather that party go down than for Sobota to emerge as leader.
I tell somebody something last week, right? That my father was an encyclopedia. He tell me anything Gonsalves put his hand to, and tell me leave it dead. So I don't know if that's the plan from Gonsalves to make sure the Europeans survive.
I believe so too, because you won't tell me you 79 years of age and you have no plan at all for somebody to take over the party. I can't understand. Vince Subis may be turning in his grave because
Well,
Vince Subis may be contract.
I agree with you that lack of transition and pointing to a development for the future didn't take place under Gonsalves, and that is why Vincent Shan get rid of Ralph Gonsalves. He paid the ultimate price. The electorate came out and voted against him and represent their frustration in voting for the other party in parliament. So you're right.
Yeah. Because of him, people turn away and they voted against the other parliamentarians
Yes.
because of conserve. But the hierarchies, they don't want to say nothing at all. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's saying anything, my brother.
But-
Imagine that.
But I gotta tell you something, eh? Over the last 20 years or so, it's very few people who would come out and criticize Ralph Gonsalves. You know? Ralph Gonsalves
Yeah.
didn't take lightly to criticism, eh?
No.
He didn't like to
no,
criticize, so that is also one of his weaknesses that he's paying a price for. Because I can remember my friend Jim Thomas speak about the importance of the not maintaining the vaccine mandate. Ralph Gonsalves just brush him aside and he paid the ultimate price of that.
Of course. No, he said during the election, he said that the NDP have strictly old men and this and that. the old men them came and beat the young bun. Because what? He want to have young people around him and he alone have all this say.
Yeah. That is what that is Ralph Gonsalves' weakness. Yes.
Yes. He surrounded himself with a set of young senators, young ladies, and this and that and terror. What did they do? They did not do anything for him during the election. Many of them, they distanced themselves away from the. I noticed the campaign and everything. I knew that ULP finished already because a lot of people that normally be in the front with ULP, a lot of them stay in the back. He understand that meeting after meeting after meeting. I rather Brewster win his seat and Ralph Gonsalves lost his seat. I'm telling you, I feel for Brewster because the weight of ULP was essentially what back, and Brewster paid the price.
Yes.
He paid the price.
But I can remember my friend Jim Thomas saying to Mr. Brewster, you should concentrate on becoming a professional because they showed some interest that he wanted to become a medical doctor. He didn't take Jim Thomas's advice. Today, I sit and I wonder how and what he's thinking because for the European come back in a hurry now, you know.
10 years.
It's 3 consecutive terms and the people will before the European come.
That's right.
And here's something, you see people who are young today, Ralph Gonsalves Carter young, they're gonna be old man. They're gonna be 15 years older.
That's right. That's right. Look,
So-
I'm telling you, man, this man have destroyed the ULP, destroyed the party completely in his hand. I don't know what going in the house to do. I want Liquor and Cummins to deal with him in the house.
Well, you could expect some fireworks between Cummins and Liquor because if firework Cummins out of remind Dr. Gonsalves, I'm over here, and you told me I would never be over here, but now you're over there. So I'm expecting some fireworks. Yes.
Kingsley, he really embarrassing after 24 years that Ralph Gonsalves find himself in a position, you know, the man should have just resigned one time, you know.
Yes, man.
But he have no choice. He have to try and rebuild the party because it's a real humiliation. Because over the years, he hired Camilo, give him Minister of Finance, busy all over the place, and not doing any work we have to do with the people. Camilo is a complete humiliation. Look at how the woman deal with Camilo. I'm telling you, Camilo is finished. Completely finished.
All right, man. Okay.
All right, man.
Okay,
Take care, man.
thanks for calling. Have a great evening. Yes.
All right, man. No problem.
All right. Well, the man expressed his views respectfully, and we allow him because I didn't think he said anything that should not have said. He spoke eloquently and expressed himself. Sarah's neighbor? Frank De Silva. Hey, good evening, Frank. Goes under you listening. 45799. 97, and we're just touching on a bit of URP/NDP politics and where we're going in the future. We did mention the issue of the sitting of Parliament today, where we had a new speaker. I'm wondering if the authorities are giving any consideration to say that we think we should have a new Governor General, and if it is Father Jones, no, it's still Miss Duggan. I think that she's more than qualified for the job that she's doing. Not, I can't take on a Father Jones at all. No way. No way. So, somebody just text me and asked me, who's my recommendation for Governor General? My recommendation for Governor General is Stanley De Freitas. Where you find him? De Freitas Associate, just before you get to Star Garage, Kingston, where his people wait for all those buses there. You make a left and go down that hill, you see a blue building. He's the proprietor of that business, Stanley De Freitas. Why? Because he's qualified. I don't want impartial people to sit in these high offices. Not Dougie, you know. No, Dougie is a Ralph hater. Can't deal with Dougie. We're talking about Stanley. Yes, his brother, who has a different this demeanor and like that. Yeah, so I mean, I think if you want a good governor, let's give Stanley De Freitas of De Freitas Associates some serious consideration, and then we will see this country will go in a direction that it should go. What he does is an excellent young man. Excellent. And that is what we're looking for. By the way, I want to ask her, we have a caller. Let's go to the line. Good evening.
Yes, Mr. De Freitas?
Yes, sir. Yes, my Central Leeward.
Yes, I was listening to the doctor tonight, right?
Dr. Friday or Dr. God?
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And all through the election campaign, I was listening to him and listening to the next one too.
Mm.
And what I don't understand, they only speaking about develop the young people, right? And they're going and give double salary for those government employees.
Mm-hmm.
So what about we, right? Who the old people who live off with NIS pension only get $1,000 a month, $500. They not even say they're going and give something to us at Kingsley.
So you think
I went to buy pork, $15 a pound for pork, $20 a pound for beef. So why they not think about the old people now vote too? Eh?
My friend here said you must stop eat pork. Pork is good for you. Try some fish.
Well, me never stop eat pork. Me have food dead. Me never stop eat pork.
You're the porkaholic, eh? You like pork?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. We love pork. And so if we stop eat pork and me eat beef more expensive, beef like $5 more.
Well, boy, yeah, you have a choice to make. So let's hope that Friday consider the retirees who get in the little stipend and give it some consideration. Yes.
Of course, Mr. Kingsley, we need something pan NIS, man.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
I mean, we got some who get all at 30 and thing and one time, you're not good thing them, but them people who this barely survive. Me I get $1,000 a month. My light bill and all the other bill and never come up to $520 a month. Right? You think it's easy to survive after that? Them thing, you need the pension need to increase.
Yes. But I will tell you something, as you mentioned, the importance of pension, and we have to encourage persons, especially if you're self-employed, the more you pay in, is the more you get when the time comes to get your benefits. So we're hoping that persons will make a sizable contribution so the return will be better. But as you say, for those people who get a fixed price like you, we hope that he will give some consideration and give all the other thing more anytime, right? Probably 2-3 times a year. Yeah.
Yes, and that's one thing too me didn't like, right, with the other government, right? Them people, they not pay a lot of carpenters and masons have worked with contractors and then have pay no NOS, right?
Yeah.
And they reach 60 and he take NOS and pay them the. And we who pay into NSI, not in our resort. Eh?
Well,
They get too much of young, you got a whole load of young people, you know, from earlier.
Yeah.
With the government before being again NOS. Yeah.
yeah, some
Man.
people getting some money from the NIS as for poor relief. I don't support that. I hope, but Dr. Friday,
Of course, that is not supposed. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to support that.
yeah, pay attention and see put the money where the pain is and let the young people go
Yeah.
work. Yes,
Yes, that's right, man. Yes,
yes, I agree. with you.
The PM, you know, the PM need to. Otherwise, me love we name the deputy prime minister. You know.
Oh, Sinkalika?
What me love the man I tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, me love him bad. Me used to always, when he give you a stick and me used to say, yes, the man, me like him. Yeah, you think, yeah, in afraid of him.
So you're very fond of Sinkalika?
I'm very fond of him, and he would have make a very good prime minister. I mean, Dr. Friday is prime minister, but he would have make a very good prime minister too.
Well,
Believe it.
I will tell you something. If for some reason the petition go against Friday, we'll eventually have Sinkalika as the prime minister. Okay, 'cause you never know. Keep your hopeful.
Why? Me love the man, the definitely God. Not telling no lie. Choo.
Yes.
He love him bad, yeah.
Well,
I like to hear how he used to talk with Ralph in Parliament.
I just see your
And I
partner.
make Ralph.
Well,
and
I
I
just
make
see your
Ralph
partner.
for good now, you know.
Well, I just see your partner, Azzy.
As if I let you.
Eh.
A long time me not see him,
He gone and hide now.
they have to wipe because they don't know when to switch. They don't know when to shift, eh?
Yeah, not like you. You been switched one time, right?
Me always a shift. Me know when to shift, man. Me know when to shift. Remember, a standard vehicle me drive, you know.
Yes,
Not automatic.
So you could change the gear when you want.
Me know how to change me gears, man. me know how to change me gears, man.
Yes, man.
Everybody keep up a good show, eh?
Yeah, well, thank you for calling, Mr. Ascension.
Yes, and you must see if you get on to him, man, and tell him he must think about that.
Yes, okay then.
You know,
All right, okay.
The old people and them we don't at 77 years maybe, you know.
You look good
And
for
$1,000, we need something for me money, man.
you look good for your age, man.
Right, thank you. I'm me take care of myself, man. Give God thanks.
Okay, man. Thank you for calling.
All right, my buddy,
Yeah.
bye. Good night.
457-9997. Let me say good evening to my radio friend, Becca Mate. Becca Mate, you should be in a good mood because you have the executive all appointed, and so you can know what plans the government have for the not too distant future. So you can call and express your wishes and hope that the government, the new government. But let's be honest. Whether you support the NDP or the UAP in the last election, you have to admit that there is a sense of purpose where people are feeling the transition too long of that, out of that, and they're hoping that Dr. Friday will deliver. Anybody who tell you that they're not feeling and seeing the atmosphere of change, they're not opening their eyes. They're like my friend Anta, blind supporters of the ULP. Like I was saying earlier, I drive people from all over. And when you drive people, they make inquiry. And as somebody who be here, there and everywhere, I have to pay attention. And some people, when they come to from different countries, they ask, what were the reasons from your standpoint what you think Ralph Gonsalves lost the last election? Well, after 24 years, I think it was too long in that. After 24 years, Dr. Gonsalves micromanaged St. Vincent, where he alone could talk for every minister. After 24 years, he didn't show no issue of transition from him to Asuboto Caesar or Randall Brewster or Carlos James. After 24 years, you couldn't be critical. Let me tell you something. They had an issue at the airport where when one of the airlines landed on, it used to take out some of the surface damage. And I knew about that. But I choose not to talk about it because if you talk about that, well, when I talk about it, it would be true. They would have find some ways to see if they could have me not mention it or put something in place to pressure you so they could get rid of you. I felt the pain of knowing what was taking place and couldn't actually speak about that. Because like I said earlier, Dr. Gonsalves doesn't take like it criticism. And if you do something, he don't think you should criticize because I had a beating from him a few years ago when he was on NBC Radio, speaking about the geothermal. And I told him that I think the geothermal was a failure. And he said to me it was a setback. Gonsalves gave me some blows. He tell me that he don't want me to vote for him because I go blight him. But hey, that come back a hand him, you know. It's 4,000 people in vote for him and them who blight him, you know. Them who blight him. So that is why you have to be so careful what you say and how you say it and who you say it to. He didn't take like it criticism. And that is why if you don't want to admit it, you can feel the tension of the micromanagers that Dr. Gonsalves did over the last 24, 25 years as Prime Minister. When I saw the from Candyman, he shot me a couple of years ago. When I saw the from CM Marshall, you might say, well, I don't deal with he up late and personal. When I say here from the research officer, but I see my press conference and he didn't say anything. All them, Noel Jackson, all them, used to come on the radio, especially this radio, and they say, "Cops, so of star away shining for you." Don't want to be critical. I listen to our friend that sits here every Sunday on the Issue at Hand program. And I often wonder, I'm wondering what is his thought today. And like I had two questions from Mr. Weeks last week. I don't know if you were listening, but he didn't answer me. So I would like Mr. Weeks, if you listen, to call me and tell me what would be your position on the function of the Finance Committee and where are you has an obsession with Dr. Friday? Because if I listen to you on the issue at hand for the last, and you have some level of influence on me, right? Because for some reason, you speak some sense when you write. And if I did follow you, I wouldn't have made any contribution in terms of buying from the VAT-free Friday. Because I get the impression from you that it wasn't worth it, but Jesus. Mr. Weeks, if you know the amount of people who use that wisely, and when Friday come next month and put a little money where the pain is, by giving a little money, bone or something there, you will see the importance of that. So, Mr. Weeks, 457-99-97 or 532-99-97. Let me say good evening to everybody up there on our Facebook page who participated in having the own little discussion. We really appreciate your thoughts and you continue to express your position and what is currently taking place in terms of the ULP in opposition and the NDP in charge of the governance of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Are we expecting nothing but the best from them? And I don't think micromanaging will be an aspect of Dr. Friday's position. I think he will allow his parliamentarian and them to express their thought, and we will see a better St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I heard the Honourable Speaker today saying and reminding the members of Parliament. I don't know if he is the Speaker, I think it was Ms. Velox saying to them, please stay in touch with the people of our constituency. Well, she probably knows what she's saying because she is a beneficiary of the neglect shown to the people and the content by Camilla Gonsalves. I can remember former parliamentarian Clayton Morgan say, you got to understand. What you know, me can't see getting over again. I mean, if you live right at center, all have to come out and keep. And no, we used to Miss Velox in Calico every day and West St. George. Now she have responsibility of a minister. So let's go to this line. Good evening.
Hello, good night.
Good evening, Melissa. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. All right. So I actually on Friday I didn't really wanted anything much in tongue. However, I went in tongue to see what it would have been like, and it was well turned out. I must
you enjoy yourself?
To be honest, I will say something. It was well turned out, but one of my concern was when I went to purchase something because I was in tongue, and I said, you know what, instead of come back the next day, why not just get it one time and done?
Yes.
And I went to the day. This is what happened. I asked for something. So when I did my calculation, I had two different calculations because the gentleman downstairs quotes calculated at a different price. And I went upstairs, I got a different price.
Mm-hmm.
And when I asked, he was stating that the discount or the 16% was already, it's already taken out. They have a calculator system already.
Yeah.
However, I went down and I went down and I was told that app was distributed to the commercial businesses where they do their own calculation.
Yes.
That was not shared with the public. And I think if you're going to say, I want to purchase something, just probably say $20. And when I purchase something, I'm exceeding my 16%. But when I do my calculation, you tell me, no, that is not it. According to the app the government sent out, it's already discounted for. So what is the original cost of the price of the product? That is where I had a problem with.
Yes. But what's the percentage they were using? Is it the reduced 13% or the 16% that is currently before the VAT free?
They were saying is 16.
Okay.
Yes, 16. And because the product I got, if I were to do it at 16%, okay, the product was for, I think it was 105. When I did my calculation, they had a 40% and a 16%. When I did my calculation, it would be 30 something off if I was to do that.
Yes.
As if. But when I did it, they told me no, 54 something. And I said, how did it reach to that calculation? Even if I did with the 16, I would have got up to $42 and something. And when I did that, the guy said, he said 54 something. I said, how? I said, what? Your calculator is far different than my calculator. Unless I was schooled and I lost my maths money while I was teacher. I was.
So you were dissatisfied with the process?
Yes, because it was like I don't understand what was the true value of the product. Because if you already said it's already calculated for it, then I can't say if I have to ask them what is the original price, you're going to be upset. Because if you have to answer everybody that is going to be draining, mentally taxing training.
But I tell you something though. Another VAT free day is coming soon, and those inquiries that you're making, they are worthwhile making, and continue to make them, and you will see that you'll get the beneficiary of the 13% or 16% received VAT.
And secondly, Christmas. I will give everybody. Christmas is a time when people shop a lot and be honest. Yeah. So that period to bring it in that time, I don't think it gives the truth unless a survey is going to be done and then somebody's going to analyze it and then give us a figure or how it went. Because Christmas is a time when people spend significant. People love to spend at Christmas. I'm being honest. They love to spend it. That's why I never used to come down.
No, but what you're saying, I taking it seriously, and I hope that the authorities would do what you're saying. They don't have to actually give VAT in the reduced free VAT day in the prime time. Give it lower down in the year where people are going back to school in the April / Carnival time. So you might get benefit.
And that's so. Secondly and thirdly, okay, according to me, right? I have to give the present government a chance to deliver what they have done. I don't like the idea, the terminology that we tend to use, promise. You didn't promise me anything. You were given a job and I'm expecting to do your job the best of your ability. Because if you were to hire me, you're expecting the best of me.
Yes.
So I can't promise. I have to deliver.
Yes, yes.
Right. So that terminology of promise, I don't want you to say you promise me anything. Don't promise me anything.
Yeah.
Remember I went back.
And when politicians promise you, most of the time it don't come true.
Exactly. So I just want to say promises come from fools.
Yes, yes.
And I don't like I think the terminology needs to be coined. They're going to deliver what they have in their portfolio.
Yes, yes.
I'm hoping, I'm giving them some chances because I know they're just in, but I'm to give to state if the petition goes against the PM Friday, yes, we know that what's his name again? The deputy,
Sinkelika.
Honorable Sinkelika.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I have very good hopes for Sinkelika. The only thing I will be mindful for him is to tone down his. I don't want to use. I can't find a better word. I think he needs to approach things. Back in the time, you had to oppose. I'm expecting you to be brutal,
yes.
But now you're in a position you have to poise yourself together and present yourself as a gentleman.
Well, I think he's mature enough to understand what you're saying is true, and being in opposition and being in government is two different kettle of fish, and I think that he has that ability to make that change, and we hope that he will make that change. Okay.
Very soon, because I'm looking at him and I'm still hoping that he makes some changes. I want him to tone down on his and that, in a position, you are the person. Yes. And I am wrong. If he do continue, he's going to be a good prime minister. Don't get me wrong. I'm hoping that the government, I won't be here in the country. I'll be outside looking in. However, I hope for St. Vincent that things do work out. Yes, 25 years is a lot.
Yes.
And I'm hoping we'll bring back the referendum and have the opening topic on the Republic.
Yes, yes.
Terms of it. I'm hoping at some point they're going to open back up that, because that is going to prevent persons from actually having 20, 25 years, how much years that? Yes. It's going to prevent it, but I will listen off there and I'll contribute from time to time. So thank you again for hosting me tonight, and you enjoy your night.
And thanks for calling. Yeah. But the last point the lady mentioned is very important. I think when we had that referendum on the Constitution in 2009, Vincent and Simpson and Grannies has lost out a lot. We get back to that comment after. There we go. Hey, Bongo Shaka.
Yeah, greetings, Brother Kingsley and Kamal and your listeners.
Yes.
Yeah, but up to you and Halo. Yeah, let me just add a strength to what your last caller said, the lady there. I just add three things to what she said, which I agree upon her, because if I'd called him before, I'm going to speak of the same thing, that a lot of people have high expectations from promises and so on, right? And what they're assessing will may transpire in the parliament and so on. But I say, in order to make a probably a good critique, let it take place. And then from when it takes place, when you have these members in parliament debating, then we can start to do a critique or other strength or give credit where it is due and so forth. I think it make a better, because as a man always say, I don't like make assessment, and so on, because they see the word assessment, AWS, and assuming and so on. Yeah, so it turned out sometimes to be like that. But I say that, that all one must extend that humility and compassion and mercy among each other in the parliament, and have a balance, They're not going to, tit for tat. Because you are doing something, That's why the Christ man, Jesus, as you call him, Jesus, he show compassion and mercy. So you gotta live to those principles. So it ain't like me, I'm not looking for no tit-tatting and no aggressiveness and these things, There'll be a hype, yes, at times it's natural, it's human beings you're dealing with, But one must have a humbleness and have discipline and, and just be respectful of each other and be a good listener.
Yes.
And that will make politician. I'll add a strength to what your elder brethren said, your taxi brethren there who said he's 77.
Yes.
I know everything been focusing on youths and so forth, but many times I say, what will become the elders and so on, right? Because the soul of a nation, Kingsley, is all determined on how that country deals with its senior citizens, with its elders and the youths and the unborn, and the underprivileged. So people foremost, and there must be a balance, because we are signatories to United Nations, right? And in Article 23, it shows that that everyone who works has the right to just and favorable remuneration, ensuring for himself and his family, right?
Yeah.
And the existence of himself and his family, right? And if necessary, there must be means of his social protection. I say that to say that he will speak of the INS money and so forth, and the pension money and things like that. And things are getting more expensive, Although I know some people, as I say, want to hang their hat with their hand carried. Some people live beyond the expectations and the means, and put pressure on themselves financially and then get stressed. And then part of the life,
Yes.
So I think it's something that the government really need to look into seriously and have a balanced structure, And
Yes.
I always say that a system should be set up that you just deal with social security, where they have insurance in it, as they have said they wanted to do, all that will be included. But that should be dealt upon. I don't call this poor relief and all that. It's a social security system, So I prefer term it that way,
Yeah.
So I hope they rock steadfast on it, because some things have to be worked aggressively.
Yes.
You remember people put you there, and you got to remember what people were telling you. And something could be done aggressively,
Yes.
as you a quick timing or whatever. So
Yes.
I'm asking everyone just to be patient and let's have a good country, man. Just have love is the foundation, and all these principles are attained to love,
Yes.
So we must just be like that, man. When we fight among ourselves, man, you see what's going on in the world. We are good people,
Yes.
Okay. Are blessed people. Yeah.
Okay then. Thanks for calling, Bongo
Okay.
Shaka.
Give thanks, man, and all the best for your health and so on.
Yes, man.
Keep doing,
Yes.
Come on. I press up one love.
Yeah. Let me say good evening to Val Matthias. Good evening, Val. Let me say good evening to Honest Sukuk, Anissa Baptiste, Mr. Fred Stay, and Boma down in Central Leeward Barry. The man say can't find you. But here what happened. We've been talking for 1 hour and 11 minutes. Time for us to take a break, get a sip of coffee, and come right back to you.
Whatever you are celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, retirement, or just celebrating life, the place to be is at Basil's Bar Kingstown. Established for over 38 years, we are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with an exquisite ambiance. We have a set menu and 3 a la carte menus to choose from, and we are flexible to all requests. We go above and beyond to serve you. Basil's Bar Kingstown, where it's more than just a meal, it's an adventure. Call for reservations at 457-2713.
It's Feedback with host Kingsley De Freitas. This and every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. for 2 full hours, right here on WeFM 99.9. Join him as he brings different guests weekly on this informative and interactive program. It's Feedback To be a part of the feedback program, call us at 457-9997 or send us a WhatsApp at 457-9997. It's feedback.
13 minutes, 30 seconds after 9 o'clock, you're listening to WeFM. The Clean Fresh song. We are located at Windy Point, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's Tuesday, and tonight's program is currently sponsored by Basil's Bar. Bongo Shaka talk about expectation. I believe that all the Vincentians who voted for change and voted for NDP have plenty expectation for themselves and from the NDP. Dr. Friday have to realize that being Prime Minister is a challenge, and getting things done and delivering some of the 60 days promise is an expectation. My friend who called before Bongo Shaka said that she don't believe in promises. She hope that the politician will deliver. Let's hope that they will deliver, know the importance of their delivery, and expect to full Vincentian expectation of what was said to them on the campaign 2025 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. 4579997, 5329997. Anything up there? What we're commenting on? Come on, up on Facebook. Yeah, anybody same thing. I say hello to my sister. I notice she ain't respond. She probably not in the mood. She up there?
Your sister's often sometimes the first person to say hello to you up there. And many of the other persons who join in.
Yeah. Anthony Vincent about Anthony ain't gonna phone, the phone ain't working.
Right.
So that's why she probably calling.
So your sister said good night, Brother Kingsley, Kamal, and the viewers, and that's Anne. And Valerie responded, good night, Kingsley, and the Freitas, Kamal, and to the listening and viewing audience.
Very good to know that I have my full support of ammunition behind me. So now I think I will come beat up on me and have me defend them right here, okay? Let me say good evening to Christelle and
Kenley John also says Merry Christmas, everyone. Blessings, Kingsley.
Kenley John, that Sharpmouse?
I want to believe so.
Yeah, Sharpmouse. She used to call him Kenley John in school. Yeah. I don't see him boom in some places this morning with some other guy say. Yeah, but you know, it's amazing that when you sit down and you remember what was said by persons. I vaguely heard Dr. Thompson too, because he was very boisterous and vigorous during the issue of the campaign. Noel Jackson, Anthony Denny, Cian Marshall, Noel Jackson. They just gone and hiding. I don't know what they're afraid. The people go and voted for what they wanted. And I'm hoping that we could respect the people's wishes and deal with the comments.
So here's a question. Somebody's asking, is it that so little was delivered by the previous administration, why the expectations are so high?
I don't think that the expectation for Vincentian by the ULP was limited. I think that they did a relatively good job when they sat as government. Delivering the airport is a good one. Delivering the port, income houses, providing money for persons to become professional from an education standpoint. There are lots of things that the Rav Gonsalves administration did that is benefiting the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The new hospital which is being built, somebody will say, oh, but you're not concerned about your national debt, no? Of course I'm concerned about your national debt. But every single poor people like me and you who listen to this program here, you think we could buy a TV cash or a fridge cash? Thank God for singer and coach and all them people who say well, they could take out something from higher portions. Yes, you pay a little bit more. But what important with this investment is that you pay your little thing every month, and one of these days you have it done once you continue to pay. So the expectation by Vincentian for the ULP had delivered, And we're hoping that the NDP will do a better job in delivering on their promises. One thing I'd like to see, and you're right, it is on the wall. That is why I tell you, you have to be very mindful what you're saying. I can't recall if it was said, but I could remember somebody was saying that if and when the NDP win the next election, they will switch diplomatic status to mainland China. I don't get the impression that that is being considered by Lorraine Friday. I don't believe that he's considering that because when you're in opposition, you could say anything, but when you get into the governance and the day-to-day up and down, you have to understand the diplomacy in doing things might be different than how you look at it. But let's be honest. Our foreign policy has benefited the people of St. Vincent and Grenadine because we have tremendous relationship with Taiwan. We have a village in Taiwan. I could never forget. I home at night looking at television and see Candyman showing some people. And even the Peggy Car and Chester Car was still alive. They were part of the village in Taiwan. And it's important that we sit and remember those persons. We seem to have a caller. Good evening.
Good evening, 14-1. How that song?
What do you mean by that?
14C-1, Labour, but I'm just saying. No, you bring up a very good point there with the hospital, and it's beneficial to the St. Vincent and the... First of all, let me tell you Caesar greetings. I start wrong. Caesar greetings. I hope all is well with you.
As you say, coming home is true?
Eh?
As you say, coming home, you say you have a bereaved family.
Me auntie passed, the lady who grew me.
Yeah, he told me.
The lady who used to put some lash in on my backside. She passed away.
As you tell me that you're coming home, yes.
Yeah, I'm coming home. I don't know when yet because I want, you know what I mean? She actually passed away up here. We just sent her body home. She came up here on vacation and died. She died up here.
He told me so about 2 days ago.
Yeah, she passed away. So so you go see me soon.
Yes, man. Yes,
hopefully soon.
Yes.
Now with the hospital, you know, there was a clause in the hospital that Taiwan said the government could spend that hospital money anyhow how they please. Them not have to spend it on the hospital. You're aware of that? You're aware of that, right?
I heard words to that effect. But let me say now we notice that the hospital is still being built, and let's hope that the new government continue to build the hospital because, as you say, it will benefit the people of St. Vincent and Grenadine.
You go benefit the people. So, and I'm not for China and I'm not for Taiwan, but any lender who go lend somebody money and say we not keep you spending money because when you lend money, you want to get paid back for your money.
But
so we have to watch Taiwan, and we have to watch Taiwan with a side eye because when I saw that, I say, we kind of stripping this Taiwan really depend. You gonna let Kings, you gonna lend me your money. Right? Me tell you, me go buy a van with the money. And every trip I make from you to Tongue, I go give you $5 out the money for pay you back the money that you lend me. Plus your interest where you put for the money.
Yeah.
Me take the money and go buy a hot girl, a lace front wig. VAT free they reach. You want to go buy your TV right now, say you go in coats and sing and go buy. But instead of me buy a van, me buy a lace front wig. You could take back your lace front wig and sell back your lace front wig. Forget back your money that me owe you. If you carry me coats.
Definitely not.
So these are the kind of things that we have to question when you see people completely lending me money. And I'm like I say, I'm not for China. I'm not for Taiwan. But I hope these things are looked at in the past. And I'm thankful for ULP. Because you know what ULP have done for the Vincentian people, Kingsley?
Yeah.
They had made us better citizens so we could hold the other party accountable. Them not even in their good month and I would hold them accountable for things them never do yet.
Definitely.
But them are do very good now.
Yeah, they're trying. They're
doing very good based off the hand that I think they were dealt. And for the caller before Bongo Shaka, that girl who say Likak should tone down. We know why Likak tone down because Likak is who Likak is, why Likak is where he is right now. If you have a vehicle that walk in and he walking pan all 6 cylinder, you go Hamburg engine.
So you like Laycock being aggressive?
Kingsley, I am biased. I am aggressive person myself. Me say yes.
Okay.
Aggressiveness is sometimes needed, because if you sit down and lazy, that way white people use the slave masters and the colonializers tell we the meek shall inherit the earth. If his slaves them was not meek, slavery would have never last so long.
Yes.
So I have a different approach and not discounting what the lady said. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and like NDP say, together we all win. So her opinion and my opinion could mesh together.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
we
Yeah.
as Vincentia now, we have to coexist. Kingsley, me and you have our running in the past, and we're going to have a running in the future. I mean, I hate you.
Yes, yes.
You not hate me, but at the end of the day, if you have to pull me up, I have to pull me up, I have to pull you up, you have to pull me up. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we have Vincentia and we want to see the greater good for our country.
Yes, yes.
Now, St. Vincent feel so much lighter because a lot of people, lucky deputy commissioner say, police have been living in deplorable conditions. How much times may I say that, and it's done them police, they was afraid to target because the Minister of National Security might have transport them down to Mairo, and they have to catch a rowboat come up St. Vincent every 2 weeks to go meet the family.
Yes. Yeah, but we hope that kind of attitude will change from the government standpoint. When people criticize them for their own good, they don't get too aggressive. Because I agree with you that Dr. Gonsalves felt that he was immune to criticism and didn't sit well with criticism. I agree with you.
Yes, no. Before I leave, one more thing I want people to do is bear with Dr. Gonsalves because he was addicted to power. When you're addicted to anything, Kings, you can't just quit cold turkey today for tomorrow. You have to go through what's called detox.
Yes.
And he going through his detox. We have to bear with him, and sometimes he does annoy we because we want him to be quiet and sit down and put your finger up on your lip like Miss Peters used to tell me at Petersville Primary School. Put your finger up on your lip, Max. If not, Mr. Very short man with this strap used to give me some belt over me back because me used to always talk. But we have to allow the Prime Minister.
I nobody finger thing for sure. Yeah.
So we have to allow the Prime Minister to detox because he have suffered intoxication of power, and no other drugs on earth makes you more addicted than power. And for him to lose it in the manner in which he lost it, it will be hard for him. And the people them who love Ralph Gonsalves, all they whisper in his ears because he's a narcissist and he don't take no finance. Remember, he a minister of everything. If all could whisper to him and say, humble yourself. No, you're not forgetting nothing. No, you're not forgetting no security.
Yes.
Remember when Crystal been tell him she felt unsafe. You remember that? When he tells she.
He didn't take like to that comment at all. He was angry with the comment.
Okay, but he basically tells she shut up and she's talking stupidness in a diplomatic way.
Definitely.
But now he feel unsafe. You see how the world is a cycle.
Yes.
But I don't think nobody's gonna hurt Dr. Ralph Gonsalves because he's a loved man.
Yes.
You know, but Kingsley, big up yourself. Seasonal greetings. Everybody hearing my voice. All you don't eat too much of salt, and I'll say some gold in for me, please and thank you, because me up here now, I have to deal with that chump. I deal with chump. I try to tell chump ease up down in the Caribbean. I mean, I don't want anything in our water, but them not listen to me.
Okay,
you know?
Okay,
but
Max.
big up yourself, man.
Thanks for calling, Max. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Right, so I will tell Boomer I hear from you, because Boomer tell me that you're coming down. So when they come in, you don't do the same by the airport. 4579997 5329997. And we making sure, see if you could put up Becky Mate, your party won the last election. Your candidate of choice is now Prime Minister Dr. Lorraine Friday, and we want to hear from you what's your thoughts and what you're thinking about the new senators, the new speaker, and how you think that the governance of St. Vincent and Grenadines will go in the not too distant future, because the real business starts whenever the budget is being presented, and we have to get a presentation from the Minister of Finance with the estimates. Then we deal with the issue of the budget, the appropriation bill and expenditure for 2026-2027. And let me tell you something, as Max said, Dr. Gonsalves is obsessed with power. And when he comes to make a presentation to respond to the budget. Expect nothing more than the best. He's going to use his experience as opposition leader. He's going to use his experience as prime minister, and he's going to use this recently appointment to the new office of opposition leader that he's currently holding. And I am saying to Vincent, Dr. Gonsalves is going to make the parliament sitting quite interested. I could never forget it that when, let's go. Good evening. Good evening, Mary.
Hey, Kingsley, good evening. How are you?
Fine, thank you, Mary.
Okay.
You hear from Anta?
No, I am calling you now for you to take my number.
Yeah, tell me your number.
496
496
44
44.
91.
Okay, so I'll call and give it to her because she said she have a problem with her phone.
Yeah, she told me that also.
Yeah, well,
I tried yesterday and I didn't get on to her.
okay. So everything is okay?
Yes, by the grace of God, I am good. I'm here listening all the time.
Yes, well, I appreciate that.
Yes.
I made an attempt to stop in by you yesterday, but the person who I was with was kind of a hurry, so I said I will pass by. Probably Christmas Eve, Christmas Day when people have the food put up there, you know what I mean?
Oh my God. I now taking a little 5 minutes rest. I telling you, it's like my back giving out, man. Too much work.
Let's take this thing serious for Christmas. Cleaning, all the cleaning car going to style, man.
I tell you. Anyway, I hope really and truly this will be my last time with any Christmas thing. I really into it, but just because I have the grandchildren. Otherwise, I just sit back and relax.
No, I agree with you. I'm at a sentimental person. Whether Christmas come or Christmas come, the only person who does send a little stipend for me sometimes is my sister. But beside that, me don't really get nothing from nobody, so me the kind of broken Christmas man.
Really into it, I tell you, I don't really into it like before. My children, them no longer here, and there's just me and the two grands. So if not for them, I do nothing. Tell you the truth.
Yeah, well, at least you have them to encourage you to feel the wealth of Christmas around you. Your grandchildren. Yes.
Yes.
So everything
anyway,
is okay?
Have a nice program. Yes. I hear now. Cooking up a little beef soup or whatever. At this time, yes.
Okay, go enjoy your beef soup then.
Yes, all right. You have a good night. Take care.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay, Mary, have me some putting some ink in she pen. There is plenty food, you know. Beef soup this away night. You gonna make a baby girl. Anything come? We make sense. Yeah, 457-99-97. I want to ask you a question. Next week, Tuesday, is the last program for 2025. I'm wondering if I should come or I should sit it out. Or have to let me know if other want me to come and sit out. I came earlier tonight and I told Kamara that I might sit it out. He told me no, there are people who normally look forward to listen to the program. Like we always say, it has more people who don't call that listen to the program. We don't base the quality of the program on the amount of calls. Yes, the call is important, but the listenership, because you'll be surprised. That is not how, it's His Majesty's prison. I was told that we have a lot of listeners there. I went to the subscribe night and the woman said, boy, we just thank God for you there. Because when things bad there, we are listening to the program. So it's important that you come whenever you get a chance because people use these radio stations for their companion. And a security man tell me the other night, I had to laugh. Is the Kingsley, you coming out? I said, yeah. Because when you don't come and go, we just go sleep until tomorrow. I said, boy, you have to be crazy. You're supposed to watch overnight. So you think I be a robot. So those people who do security and listen, we got to know that you can't sleep in. I'm supposed to sleep in, okay? But I mean, I expect it to be.
Yes, good evening.
Becker mate.
Hello.
Becker mate, good evening.
Hey, Kingsley.
Hey,
Yeah, hey, my friend. How you doing?
everything is okay.
Yeah, good to hear you. Good program tonight. I was in doing a few things around, Christmas time.
Yeah, you're
So I was trying to-
you're doing some cleaning and you're counting some money from the chamber.
Well, I was actually making some what they call it, black wine that my mother taught me how to.
Okay.
When I was my grandmother and my mom taught me how. So,
Well, now you
it
talk
has
about
been-
now you talk about black wine. I heard your premise for today saying that he normally make black wine. So I don't know if it's a Becker thing, but others do their own thing down there.
Well, maybe it's a Becker thing, yeah, because our grandmothers, all our grandmothers know each other. They, we had some family members like Aunt Tiny and Aunt Abby and a lot of people in our neighborhood that
Yes.
taught us as young men how to do stuff.
Yeah, I heard them saying that yesterday that he was on another radio station talking about his black wine making
Yeah.
and things like that, So it's good.
And Doc is a pretty good cook. I mean, seriously, he's a pretty good cook. I can tell anybody that.
Somebody will
You know,
say somebody will say to you, anything Dr. Friday do, you will say it is very good.
Well, no, Kingsley. I believe, as I've told you, I believe in justice.
Yes.
And what's right is right. And as you and I, we have talked, and I've told you before, Dr. Gonsalve has done what he could put into.
Yes, You did give him his credit anyhow.
Exactly. And I'm not going to be biased and say he didn't do anything. But as I told you, it was time for him to go. And Dr. Gonsalve should take the blame for his party in opposition right now.
I am of that. I am of that opinion that he have to take full responsibility for the demise of the ULP after serving 24, 25 years in office. I agree with you.
Yes, absolutely, because he did not elevate any of his ministers. I mean, and every single thing Dr. Gonsalve was at the forefront. I mean, even when you're supposed to have the CMO speaking, Dr. Gonsalve is up there talking.
I think people got fed up of that and wanted him removed just because of his micromanaging skill. I think people got fed up of that.
Absolutely, and honestly, by saying this, I think he was arrogant, very, very arrogant.
Well,
I listened to some.
I want to say arrogant, but I'll tell you one thing: he don't like to be criticized.
Right. I mean, nothing wrong with being arrogant, because confidence in yourself is good. But some of what Dr. Gonsalve was doing was really, he wasn't putting his members, his other guys in any position for them to speak on anything.
Yes.
He spoke from anything from sports to whatever it is. I mean, here it is. He's going to, that was so laughable and funny. That he's going to bring in the West Indies team to say he could try to show up Mr. Shallow. You're really serious? You're going to bring the past West Indies team to see if he could show up Mr. Shallow. That was just, to me, that was just childish.
That was a waste of
honestly.
funds.
Waste of money.
Yes.
And as Dr. Friday said, that money could have gone to somewhere else.
I heard Friday speaking to that. I agree with Friday's position that money should go where the pain is, because I think that money, that was a waste of money to give those legends extra money than what they have for themselves all the time. I agree with him.
You're absolutely right. It was a waste of time, waste of money, and it flopped. All because he wanted to show up Mr. Shallow. And look, Mr. Shallow came and he knocked his minister of tourism out, and he's now the minister of tourism.
Yeah.
So how ironic is that?
Yes.
But Kingsley, I like to hear from my friend Candy, man. What happened to Candy?
Well, he came and looked for me yesterday, and I asked him what happened, why he's so quiet. He said different time for different things. So he's shopping at Jack's these days. So he said he will make himself available after the Christmas season to voice his opinion and other things that he see them. But you see, he's shopping at Jack's, so if you go Jack's, you go see him there.
Well, I hope you do call, and as they told Mr. Eustace at the time, take his licks like a man. I hope he call and take his licks like a man. Because I'll be listening to CN Marshall on Thursday nights, and sometimes I'm like, are these guys still in St. Vincent? What are they talk? They're not about St. Vincent, it's CN Marshall, Candy, all the other hypocrites. They're about themselves and party politics.
Yeah, I mentioned
You know?
I mentioned a few of them tonight, like Lowell Jackson and Anthony Denny and those persons, Candyman them. They could only see European politics, but they couldn't see the bigger picture where people say it's time for Gonzalez to go and he must go.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, it's sad, and I really hate to see the way Dr. Gonzalez end up. I mean, seriously, he did, as I would repeat it again, he did as much he could for St. Vincent.
Yes.
But at 79 years old, Dr. Gonzalez should have been home relaxing. He should not be on the street. I mean, I looked at his behavior the night before the election, and honestly, King, I told you before, it brought tears to my eyes.
When I saw pictures of that on Facebook, I was asking myself, what was he doing on the road that hour in night? Putting himself at risk. I was a bit surprised with that position by Gonzalez. But he have to know.
And being disrespected by the people of that community. And I swear, man, I'm nothing. There's no labor thing in me, but it tear me up, honestly, because his age, he should not be out there at that time.
Yes.
And to what? I don't know what he's trying to do. So some people had their own thing to say, but I'm not going to get involved in that.
Yes.
But I think he should take it easy and just relax. I don't even think he should go into Parliament, which I doubt he's going to go. I really wish that he would have turned it over to Sabata Caesar and his son, but maybe none of them want to deal with it.
Well, if we could remember what Dr. Gonzalez said, Dr. Gonzalez said, if you think opposition easy, it should be said opposition, anything worse than that is ignorance. So, so I don't know. I mean, like you say, I'm hoping that he decides what is best for him. And if you think that he should retire and just say, call it a day, he did a good job for 24 years and the country has benefited from some of his policies. But he has to know and decide what he wants to do.
I mean, he said he got grandchildren. Go and enjoy your grandchildren. Enjoy your wife. You have a beautiful wife. Enjoy her. You think it's fair to her that you're out on the street chasing what? At 10:30, 11 o'clock at night and your wife is home? I mean, I hate to get into that, but at his age, he should be home. Yes. I hate to say that.
Yes.
But I'm going to speak a little on the VAT issue. I think it was a great thing that the NDP did, Dr. Friday and his team. And if you notice, he never once called it a masterstroke. He said it. He said it is for the people of St. Vincent and the
Grenadines. I thought it was useful, though. I think people use it wisely, and it was useful.
It was very useful. And I think it's a good thing. And for the lady who was called, she calls, I guess she's your friend, I don't know. But she's critical of what the process that they're doing with the VAT. It is the first time in the history of St. Vincent and the Grenadines we have had a VAT thing. Of course, they're going to have some flaws. It's because it's like a learning process. Yeah. We have never done it, so you don't expect it to just run flawlessly. It's going to have flaws. So the next time they have it again, they'll improve on that. Well, but for she to come here...
But she pointed out some of the weakness from where she sits. And she says she hopes that when it comes again, because there's no doubt in her mind it will come again, that they will iron out some of these little things that she thinks need to be dealt with more appropriately.
Right. And Kingsley, those things are going to happen because Dr. Friday, they said that's going to happen again in August during the school period when the kids are going back to school.
That would
But
be
as
nice.
Vincent, we have to give it a chance. We have to give the new government a chance. Right now, the treasury is broke. I listened to Dr. Friday this morning and another station, and he's not saying it, but it's going to come a time when he have to say it. There's no money. I mean, seriously, and I'm hoping that Vincentian would understand. I hope we'd understand because there's challenges ahead for the NDP.
Yes.
Because as Mr. Gonsalves said before, he wasn't going to leave any money for them to spend, and he really didn't. But I can tell you what I know, Kingsley. There is no money in the treasury, and we're going to have a problem going on for the. My heart is hoping that Dr. Friday and his team can really rebound from this because they meet the country in a terrible state. People don't know it's going to come out. It's going to come out. But good night to my radio friend Anta and Kamal. I'm wishing you guys a Merry Christmas and enjoying Kingsley. Enjoy your Christmas.
Yes, man. Yeah, appreciate that.
As usual, it's your little grandbaby.
Yes, man. Thank you.
Have a good.
All right. Okay, Becky, mate. Thanks for calling. 16 minutes, 30 seconds on to 10 o'clock. We have a next caller. Caller, you are on feedback. Good evening.
Yeah, Mr. Kingsley, how you doing, man?
Fine, thank you.
Season greetings to you and everybody else, yeah?
Yeah, on behalf of everybody else, thank you for your greetings.
Yeah, I'm calling you and just all the youth they don't want, like the Prime Minister do this and do that.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, you have to give Jackie, And I know you're straightforward, man, Mr. Kingsley.
Yes.
But anyhow, let me hear that really start. Diana and the whole team of this radio station, eh?
Yeah, the mornings.
Merry Christmas to each and everyone who are listening still.
Yeah.
And Kingsley, good for hear you again on the radio station.
Yeah, thank you. On behalf of...
and blessing, yeah?
Yes, man. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Friday, as the man said, you have to give him some time, you just get there. But I'm going to tell you who I like to listen to every Monday. Who is his name again? Jomo?
Yeah, Jomo Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay tuned to EFM. He'll be here every Monday night, okay? He had a little problem with his guest last night. Okay. Yeah.
I've been listening to him for a very while.
Yes,
very
man.
positive man in his mind,
Definitely. He's a good man.
Sensitive brother.
Yes.
He's strong in his mind. You give Jackie jacket.
Yeah.
As I say.
Yeah, Jomo.
You have to give Jackie, huh?
Jomo is well focused, don't worry.
He do. I listen to him and I listen to him. Wow. But at the same time, certain people might say on his side, you say, did you know about it? Did you understand? And they will try to it when they talk against the Prime Minister. Because sometimes people say certain things and then I understood and then just come out and run up the full understanding about the Prime Minister who was there before.
Yeah.
And then I hear man go question them and say, why did you say, oh you know about that,
Yeah.
But unlike he was backing the Prime Minister, backing the Prime Minister, to give the jacket, you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just call him for say, man. Big up the Prime Minister here.
Yes.
And the one who was, there before.
Yes.
One love and unity, we all are one nation.
Yes.
I hope we all can unite together and just keep on move forward and give God thanks and praise and unite together.
Okay, man.
Give this Prime Minister a chance. Dr. Friday. Come on now.
No.
We have to give them a chance.
But I think from what I'm hearing and paying attention to, that Vincent is prepared to give Dr. Friday a chance to run Timbers and the Grannies and see what we make out of. So don't be worried. Okay?
But I'm willing to see what you want, what we gonna do.
Yeah.
You know? Because remember, when the candidate them for Labour Party wasn't going in the neighborhood, Dr. Friday them candidate was going on in the neighborhood.
Yes.
They was going around and talk to the people them.
That's why they
And
will.
the people them need to see, a changes, because after you now come to me, you understand?
Yes.
And I support you all them years and you're not coming. And here comes, knowledge and, say, wisdom is better than silver and gold, right?
Yes.
So then get checked.
Yes.
Somewhere down the line they get checked.
Okay.
Because you can't just wait until at the appointed time to come and tell me say you love me. You know?
Okay, man. Right.
Love's supposed to be each and every day you're supposed to love.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And
Okay.
if you love the people, then you're supposed to go out there and show them love.
Definitely. Yes. Okay,
And I
thanks.
hope
Thanks for calling. Yes. 11 minutes, 30 seconds on to 10 o'clock. You listen to WFM. This is our final caller. You are our final caller.
Well. Good evening, Mr. Freitas.
Good evening, Mr. Mason.
Good evening, Mr. Archibald.
Come on, say thing nice with you. We mean with that. You sure beside of the pension checking from England or what?
Things during the time you were sick, I made inquiries about you. I could not find your number to call you.
Well, I know you have my number. You must last your phone. You lost your phone or what?
No. I don't have it in the phone. I had it written down and I couldn't find my diary.
Okay.
But I did send my regards. I wouldn't mention the name I sent it by.
Yeah, Auntie, tell me. Yeah, she tell me.
Yeah. How are you doing anyway?
Everything okay. I'm getting better as the days goes on.
How are you feeling?
Feeling much better. Thank God for Annie Baptiste.
Yes. I've been inquiring and everything like that. One thing,
But strangely enough, Mr. Mason, who called me today? Dr. Thompson. Yeah, Dr. Thompson called me today making an inquiry, so I tell him I was okay.
Yeah, that's good. You know, things is, as a Unity Labour Party supporter, I'm feeling very sad. But again, you see, I went through 11 elections of my life.
And this one you beat you up by then?
And I lost. I ran through 6 in England. Labour Party won 3 and Conservative won 3. In St. Vincent, I voted when I was 21 years of age.
Yeah.
As I said, I didn't care who win or who lose, because as far as I'm concerned, I was eligible to vote, and all I was concerned about was voting, My prediction for the 2 senators here really was Mr. Brewster. I felt really sad for Mr. Brewster. I thought Mr. Brewster and Ms. Peters would have been 2 very good senators. But
Dr. Godsav, he has the final say, and he thinks that your comment is null and void, so he say he going in with Senator Peters and Senator Carlos James. Yes.
As we are saying, the previous Prime Minister have done a wonderful job for citizens. Even when I was in England, you hear Jamaica and Barbados and Trinidad, and they used to call us small island. The man can stand up one place and see and wet all the cucumber.
Yeah, I remember this. One time a Jamaican told me he could pee all over St. Vincent, so you have to be a foolish man.
Yes, you go any place and they talk about St. Vincent, they ask you, which part in Jamaica is St. Vincent?
Yeah.
Things like that. Now, as I heard you earlier on, look at all these things coming in now, it's wonderful.
Man, play that spoil
the first time I traveled back, the first time I came back home on vacation, Barbados. In those days, you were allowed 2 pieces of luggage of 70 pounds.
Yes.
Right? I came to Barbados, and they told me I'm overweight to come to St. Vincent by Leah. I had to find a box, transport some of my luggage from the 2 places.
Yeah, because you only
And
carry.
they still overcharged me.
It was 44 pounds at that time, yeah.
You know, while you was at the EP job, simply, I came in one evening, I should have been in St. Vincent by 6 o'clock, but the plane from England was 2 hours late. When I got to Barbados, I missed my connection to St. Vincent.
Yeah.
And honestly, there was only about 6 of us at the airport until 9 o'clock. I never got home until after 12 that night.
Yeah.
Now, people travel direct from England. My son, when he first came here, he said to me, he came in at the, I don't know if you had seen him that time anyway while you were there, but he said to me, Dad, I'm not coming back to at 80. Since the Argyle in Dunwood, he's been here twice.
Yeah, but that's good. Yeah, there are lots of
he
people
already
there.
visited me twice.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So, I wish this government all the best. They're all in sense, and I think you don't know how much I love my country, you know.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I love this business in this,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I really wish the government well. I wish them well. But I missed my previous prime minister, and I feel very sad for my representative there, Mr. Brewster.
Yes, man.
And
Okay.
all I'll say to you on Mr. Camille, Archibald, pleasant evening, wonderful Christmas. I know you don't drink. I still drink my Macassin anyway. Not much, but I still drink the Macassin.
At my age, I can't drink Macassin. I think if Vitamart, I could drink.
And yes, I drink my Macassin and a bit of a brandy, brandy and lemonade,
Yeah.
or with coconut water.
Yes.
And I don't eat pork, I don't eat beef.
All I drink now, Mr. Mason, is some tonic water and some soda water.
That's the boy. You keep at that, my son, and then you can't go on.
Yes,
So anyway, all the very best. And what do you think we always say? I heard her this morning on the radio.
Anta?
Yeah.
I know she's in St. Vincent. Yeah, I know she's in St. Vincent.
Yes, she was on the radio this morning. So all the best. If she's listening tonight, very pleasant evening to you, young lady.
Yes.
And I wish you all the best. And everybody, I wish you all a Merry Christmas and good health. Most important thing, our health, simply.
Okay,
All right?
okay, Mr. Mason.
So,
yes, right.
All the best, brother. Take care. Look after yourself.
Right. The time in St. Vincent and Grain is 5 minutes, 20 seconds on to 10 o'clock. I asked a question tonight. That's a soul answer me. I asked her if they want me to come next week. Then they answer me, so they mean staff really don't come next week. If they didn't see me, don't worry. Are you gone? See how I have to go get some rest to prepare myself for tomorrow. Yeah.
It's Feedback with host Kingsley De Freitas. This Sunday